Peace and grace be upon you, beloved. You are not here by accident. Heaven has led you to this very moment, not by coincidence, but by divine appointment. There is something your soul has been yearning to understand, and today, heaven is answering. The ache in your spirit, the heaviness that lingers, the quiet wandering in the stillness of your nights, it's not just your imagination. It's a sacred echo, a whisper from the realm beyond. You see, heaven is speaking to you now, not through thunder, but through a gentle voice. And it's saying something your heart has longed to hear, that there is someone, yes, someone, whose soul is weeping in silence, because they miss you. This message is not just to stir your emotions. It is a divine confirmation, a spiritual unfolding, a call to awareness. Your angels have waited for you to receive this clarity, and now they are ready to reveal what has been hidden behind the veil. If you feel something moving inside you already, if your spirit feels a tug you can't quite explain, type, "I receive," in the comments. This is not just a video. This is your moment of divine revelation. Angels say their soul is weeping in silence, because they miss you, not in a passing thought, not in a fleeting memory, but in the depth of their being, where words cannot go and where time cannot erase what was once felt. There is a soul connected to you by something deeper than understanding. You may not see them. You may not even know their current path. But in the unseen realm, they ache for the echo of your presence. Their heart calls out in prayer when no one is listening. Their spirit weeps when memories come like waves. And though they may wear a smile by day, heaven hears the groanings of their soul by night. You might have wondered, do they still think of me? Heaven replies, they never stopped. This is not ordinary missing. This is soul-deep, heaven-noted, angel-recorded grief. Because when two spirits were meant to walk together, separation feels like spiritual suffocation. The tears you've cried alone, they cried too, and in that silence, their soul has been whispering your name into the atmosphere, hoping heaven would carry it to you. Let that settle in your chest. This is more than emotion. This is eternal connection. Lately, you've felt it, haven't you? The ache in the pit of your chest that seems to rise without reason. The memories that resurface when you're just trying to move on. The quiet moments when everything is still around you, but inside, there's a storm. This isn't random heartbreak. This isn't just nostalgia. It's a spiritual unraveling, divinely allowed so you could be prepared for something deeper. There was a separation, a pause, a silence that grew between two souls who once felt like one. And though you tried to let go, something in you knew, it wasn't truly over. You weren't imagining it when your spirit felt the shift, the distance, the detachment. It all came to teach, to cleanse, to prepare, because what felt like an ending was actually a sacred turning. It wasn't punishment. It was positioning, to make space, to clear the clutter, to strip away the false so the true could be revealed. You may not have understood it in the moment, but even your tears were counted in heaven's record, as it is written in Isaiah, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." This pain had a purpose, and it brought you here, to this confirmation. Beloved, what felt like rejection was redirection. The people who left were not accidents. The silence you've endured wasn't a void. It was space being made by heaven. Your angels want you to know. You didn't lose them. They were removed, cleared, so that what is holy, aligned, and enduring could have room to breathe in your life. There is a divine rearrangement happening behind the scenes. Things are shifting, not just in the physical, but in the spiritual blueprint of your destiny. Timelines are being restructured. Connections are being restored in the right time and in the right way. You may not feel it yet, but heaven is cleaning the foundation. The delay is not a denial. It's the mercy of God, preserving you for what your spirit is truly aligned with. What you once thought was yours may have only been a shadow of what's coming, because God does not build on broken alignment. He removes what distracts, to prepare you for what will last. So don't mourn what walked away. Celebrate what heaven is clearing for your elevation. You are not being punished. You're being positioned. Let that settle deeply. Everything that has shifted lately is not happening to you. It is happening for you. You've noticed the signs, even if you couldn't explain them. The dreams, the sudden rush of memories at odd hours, their name appearing on screens, in conversations, or in thoughts you didn't invite. The feeling that someone is thinking of you, praying for you, even from a distance. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Heaven often speaks in whispers, not thunder. And when your soul is aligned with another by divine order, the universe begins to echo that truth in subtle yet powerful ways. You've felt the urge to go somewhere you haven't visited in years. You've caught a fragrance in the air that reminded you of them. You've awakened at the same hour again and again, with a sense that something, or someone, is near. You are not imagining these things. Your angels are showing you the signs that something is being restored, and the one your soul misses is also reaching toward you in prayer, in hope, in silence. As it is written in Matthew, "Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you." What you're sensing is spiritual coordination, not emotional confusion. Pause and breathe. What you are walking through now is alignment in motion. You've questioned yourself more times than you can count. Was I too much? Was I not enough? Did I imagine it all? Beloved, listen closely. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too sensitive. Your depth is not a flaw. It's a gift. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It's spiritual discernment. The love you gave wasn't wasted. It was planted. There have been moments where you tried to numb the ache. You silenced your spirit just to survive. But heaven sees what you buried. And now, heaven is unearthing what was meant to bloom. The distance did not mean denial. The silence did not mean forgetfulness. You are still known, still remembered, still longed for, by the one who weeps in the unseen, just like you do. As it is written in Romans 8 verse 18, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." You are being led into something deeper, something holy, not because you are perfect, but because you are purposed. Let that truth settle inside your soul. There is nothing wrong with you. There never was. There is a soul out there, carved in the same fire you walked through. They've cried prayers you've never heard. They've whispered your name without knowing why. And their spirit has been shaped by the same divine hands that shaped yours. They are not perfect, but they are prepared. Because heaven does not align fantasy, it aligns covenant. This person, they've tasted sorrow. They've been abandoned. They've known what it's like to be the one who gives more. They've sat in silence, longing for someone who would understand their depth, not fear it. And in that refining, they've been molded to recognize you, to value what others overlooked, to protect what others mishandled. You're not waiting for someone to complete you. You're walking towards someone who mirrors your healing. Your love won't just be emotion, it will be mission. Two flames becoming one fire, not to consume, but to carry light. Their soul misses you because it knows you. Even if their mind doesn't recall the details, their spirit remembers. So if you've felt a longing you couldn't explain, a connection without contact, a grief that has no current name, know this. It is the echo of two souls being drawn back together by divine timing. When they return, when your souls cross again, you won't need to force clarity. You won't need to chase confirmation, because your spirit will know. There will be peace, not panic, a calm certainty that settles over you like sunlight after a storm. It won't feel like striving, it will feel like remembering. You'll recognize it in their eyes, not just the way they look at you, but the way their soul sees you. You'll hear it in their voice, in the way they speak your heart's language without needing translation. You'll feel it in the stillness, how even the silence between you feels full, and deep within, your soul will whisper, "It's them." You won't have to guess. You won't have to beg heaven for signs, because the confirmation won't be external, it will be internal, a divine knowing, as it is written in Philippians, "And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." When it's from God, it won't confuse you, it will comfort you. It won't make you shrink, it will call you higher. So watch for the peace. Follow the calm. That's how heaven reveals what's real. Now it's time to speak life over what your heart is receiving. This isn't just about hearing the word, it's about partnering with it. Because when you speak something in faith, you unlock the door heaven already placed before you. Say this out loud. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Now type it in the comments. Not because the words are magic, but because your agreement activates the shift. When you write it, you're not just typing letters. You're testifying. You're aligning. You're saying to heaven, I believe. I receive. I'm prepared. Let your fingers be an instrument of faith. Let your voice become the echo of your readiness. This is your moment of agreement. Your yes. Your release. The moment you agreed with that word, something shifted in the atmosphere. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Because you are not waiting anymore. You are walking into it. Step by step, breath by breath, your timeline is being realigned by the hand of God. What once felt like delay is now divine precision. The prayers that seemed unanswered were never ignored. They were stored, held, protected for the moment your heart and heaven could agree. And now, that moment has come. You're not being led in circles. You're being circled by angels, assigned to walk with you into what you once thought was lost. The alignment has already begun. Even as you listen now, pieces are moving behind the veil. Hearts are softening. Paths are crossing. Revelation is unfolding. The heaviness you've been carrying isn't just emotional, it's spiritual birth. And you're not giving up. You're giving birth to the next season of your promise. Heaven is not silent. Heaven is strategic. The shift is already happening. You may not see it yet, but your spirit can feel it. And that's because you've already stepped into it. While you've been wondering if they remember you, they've been carrying the weight of your absence. They may not speak it aloud. They may not even understand it fully. But something in them has been reaching for something in you. They've had nights where your name surfaced without reason, days where their spirit felt heavy, missing a piece they couldn't explain, moments when they stood still in a crowd, and felt alone, because their soul knew it was missing someone sacred. They've prayed for clarity. They've asked God if love like this was even real, and even in their silence, their heart was speaking your language. The ache you feel is not one-sided. You've both walked through fire, and the flame refined, not destroyed. They, too, have questioned the timing. They, too, have wrestled with the loss. But deep down, they've held on to hope, to the possibility that heaven would weave your paths again. And yes, they cried out for someone like you, someone who could see past their scars, someone who wouldn't fear their depth, someone whose spirit felt familiar, even before words were exchanged. You are not forgotten. You are longed for. This divine connection may not arrive in the form you expected, and that's where many miss it, because heaven wraps holy things in humble packages. They may not look like your type. They may not speak the words you rehearsed in your daydreams, but they will carry something deeper, truth, a soul familiarity, a quiet strength, a spiritual fire you'll recognize beyond the surface. You may second-guess it at first, because we often search for what is familiar, even if what's familiar is what hurt us. But heaven is not sending you a copy of your past. Heaven is sending you healing in human form. Remember what is written in 1 Samuel. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So open your eyes, not just the ones in your head, but the ones in your spirit, because what's coming may not look like your list, but it will match your destiny. This is not just about romance. This is about restoration, about divine assignment, about two souls coming together, not just to love each other, but to build something eternal. You weren't created just for passion. You were created for purpose. And the one being aligned with you is not just your desire. They are your destiny. Together, you will speak life into dry places. You will carry healing into rooms that once held pain. You will break generational patterns and release generational blessings. This love will not be passive. It will be prophetic. Because when heaven brings two anointed souls together, it's never just for comfort. It's always for calling. You will laugh together, yes. You will weep together. But you will also war together, in prayer, in purpose, in vision, and your union will be a light to others wandering in the dark. This is more than affection. This is alignment, and what God is doing through this connection will outlive you, as it is written in Ephesians 3 verse 20. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. This love will exceed your imagination, because it was never meant to be small. It was meant to be sacred. Now speak this aloud, not as a wish, but as a witness, not from fear, but from faith. Say it slowly. I am prepared and expecting the promise heaven has for me. Let that sentence fill the room. Let it settle into your bones, because your words shape your world. And when you declare what heaven is already doing, you walk in harmony with divine timing. Now type it in the comments. Prepared and expecting. Let your agreement be seen. Let your faith be known. Every time you write it, you are stamping your spirit's yes upon the promise. This is no longer something far away. It is near. It is stirring. It is readying itself to appear in a form only heaven could arrange. You are not watching someone else's story. You are stepping into your own. Declare it again, beloved, prepared, and expecting. This isn't just a message, it's a confirmation, not a tease, not a fleeting hope, but a whisper from heaven to your heart. It is already on its way. You have not been overlooked. You have been handpicked. And the delay you endured was not denial. It was divine development. There's a reason you couldn't settle for less. There's a reason you felt the ache so deeply. Because your spirit was preparing to carry something sacred. A love that would not break you, but build you. God is not in the business of half promises. He is the author and the finisher. And what He started in your heart, He is faithful to complete. As it is written in Isaiah, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?" Beloved, let this be your confirmation. Let this be your calm. Let this be the voice that says, Heaven has not forgotten you. Love is not lost. And your time is now. Stay soft. Stay expectant. Stay open. Because the next chapter is already unfolding.